Okay,
Muy
wait,
bueno.
stop.
Ándale.
Okay.
Rápido ese.
You should read
Okay,
the...
guys, we're gonna do the thing. Okay, you ready?
What thing?
What are we doing?
Yo, sound check. Give me a beat.
Hold on. I'm getting a shoker box.
Yo. What's up? My name is Aaron. Okay, Tristan, your turn.
Yeah, my name is Tristan,
Jesus.
and I'm 14, and I love slaying
No,
women with my
no,
teeth.
no.
Oh, sorry, is that copyright?
No, you're fine. All right, and then okay, whatever. Okay, that's done. Okay, so welcome everybody to the, which is this 11th, 12th maybe
No.
episode of
It's been a
the
while.
Juicebox Squadcast. It's been a little bit, but we're back to it. Hopefully, I'm gonna get better at uploading these things. But so I'm your host,
Hope.
Aaron. I am joined today by my
Your
two.
mom's a host.
Thank you. By two of my best friends, parts of the Juicebox Squad, Tristan and Carter. Say hello,
Your
guys.
mom's my best friend.
That's my name.
Ha 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 ha.
Tristan.
I know Tristan. He's cool.
I know you.
Do I need to call the police?
Why would you call the police?
For what reason, officer? Ossifer.
What? Ossifying. Okay, so
Sexual
fellas, what are we talking about today?
Where am I?
German. Wait, can you call the police on the police?
You probably could. I mean, that wouldn't that just be like a corrupt cop or something like that?
The super police come?
I guess so. I guess we'll blow them bald.
Their badges just get progressively larger, so like, you know, the normal cop has like a badge like this big,
Holy
and then the super
Christ.
police have like this, like a badge that's the entire size of their hand. The ultra police have like an iPad sized badge, and then like the super ultra police, their badge is like their chest armor. They just like rip open their shirt, and that's their badge.
What did I need to
Okay, but anyway.
But yeah, so anyways, crazy how that works. We're gonna be talking about German class. A little flashback to high school. Am I right or am I right?
You do seem to be correct.
I do seem to be correct on that one. Right. So, a little bit of backstory. Our high school offered two languages. There was Spanish and German, right? And naturally, to any freshman who wants to try something new or anything like that, you've got two options.
Spanish.
You can yeah, you can either take Spanish like a normal person and learn a language that you might be able to use later in life, or you take German, which is just out there, right? And so anyway, that's what we did. We all took, well, most of us took German. Most of us in the group. I think the only people who didn't were like Kyle, Adam, and was there anybody else?
Samantha.
Samantha?
Yeah, your mom.
Actually, my mom did take German. Pog. Mega hog. Pobbers. Okay. So, anyway. So, most of us took German. It was a fantastic time. Great time. We did a lot of stuff. So anyway, we're just gonna tell you guys about some of the things that we kind of did in that class there.
It was there, and it was that class.
It was there.
So,
It was that class.
you're not wrong.
First of all, I think I should just say that German was probably one of the most fun classes I've been in, like ever.
Facts.
And it wasn't just because of who was in it. Okay, like yes, we had our entire group together in it, but
No.
our teacher, she made it like, I'll just refer to her as Frau because that's how we called her in class, which is German for a woman. Okay, but or Mrs. So Frau made it really fun. She was like a really good influence on the class. We learned a lot, but overall, it was a really fun class. So now let's get into the meat of things. Where do we begin?
The Schmeat.
The schmeat of
The
things.
man Schmeat.
Where do we
That's
begin?
not a thing that we did in the class. Should we go chronologically?
We could,
I
yeah.
don't even know if I could remember chronologically what happened in that class.
Well, there was that awkward time in the class where just nobody knew how to say anything, and so we were just butchering the hell out of it.
Yeah.
Um,
She was trying her best to walk us through it. We just messed around
yeah,
and butchered everything she tried to teach us. That was great.
yeah. It was a solid time. Solid time. What happened freshman year? Like, what did we go to? Was there anything?
Schooler Congress for the first time.
Okay.
That was a thing.
Okay. German
I don't
club
know
meetings.
anything. Oh yeah. We did go to a lot of those. A lot of games and food. Not necessarily German food either. It's just whatever everyone brought.
Yeah. Grill Fest was always fun.
Eat that.
We do it at this park, this public park. Okay, Carter. We do this at this public park, and it was just, burgers, bratwursts, hot dogs. I think there was hot dogs. And so everybody would go... What?
Don't touch the ground tag.
Yeah. Everybody would go play, like, volleyball, like sand volleyball or basketball at the courts. And then, except for the select few, which is basically our group, who would play lava tag on the, like, kind of the wood chip area with, like, all the thing. That was pretty cool. We created a whole ass cult, because then it just kept continue as an official part of that event.
I absolutely murdered myself doing it though. That was fun.
Did you like fall on your head or something?
Yeah.
Nice.
It was like the first time that we were playing it with like the whole German club group, and I was up on top of these like the spinning wheel of death things that every little school had.
Yep.
Yeah.
Except it was like a line of 4 of them that you swung across, and I was standing on top of the pole that held them all up. Stepped over onto one of the little spinning bits, and just fell, racked myself on the bar, and then fell over onto the ground and landed on my head. Great times.
Great times. Good times. Mutilation. Good times.
Would 10 out of 10 would do again.
Yeah, I would also do it again. No. What was another event? There was foosball and Fanta.
Foosball and Fanta.
Yeah, which, by the way, great idea for an activity. I love soccer. And stuff like that. But playing, like, drinking a bunch of soda and then playing soccer, like, running around and stuff, terrible on the guts. Awful. Like, you're just like, I was running around.
You definitely regretted it the next day.
Yeah, I was running around and just like, after having just chugged an entire orange Fanta, just like, But,
10 out of 10 would do again.
10 out of 10 would do again. Fantastic. I know it sounds bad the way we're describing it, but in the moment... Oh, hold on. I just lost my monitor. In the moment, it was fantastic. It was a great time. What was another thing we did?
Beats and bingo.
Beats and bingo. Okay. Well, now we're not doing
I never got to go to that.
Really? We had this guy. His name was Herr Schott. I'm just gonna say it. I'm just gonna say it. Okay.
Shot.
Yeah. So Herr Schott, really cool dude. He was like a teacher who came over from Germany. As a teacher assistant. Well, he was a teacher back there, but he was coming here to like assist teaching. Yeah, and so he was like there. He like inspired us. Like he did a lot of stuff with us. Played games or whatever. But he created an event called Beats and Bingo, and we just played music and played bingo. But it got so heated. It was so heated.
As all bingo games.
Yeah. It's like if you went into one of those like old lady bingo sessions and just like injected like testosterone into all the like, I don't, do they serve food at those things? I'm not an old lady. I don't know. But
No, they don't.
okay. Well, anyway, I guess they just injected all the old ladies with testosterone, and that's what we were going with. Like if somebody didn't get like the number they needed for a bingo, you just hear like screaming, like banging tables. Like it was a good time. It was a really good time. Fantastic. And the prizes were always so weird at that event. Like obviously you get your normal like German merch, you know, like it's just a German flag, stretchy bracelet or something like that. And then like one time somebody won a can of beets, like just a tin can full of beets. Yeah. Oh, I guess. Well, now I realize beets and bingo. That makes sense. But yeah, no, that was good. That was a good time. But okay, so let's go back to Schuler Congress. All right, so let's talk about this. So, Schuler Congress was an event where like every German program, like every school that had like a German program would go to this like event, and it was basically just an event to kind of like test your skills. You know, there was like level 1 through 4 different events. There was a culture quiz, which was, you know, just like Jeopardy type, just like a multiple choice. You had to fill it out like a quiz show kind of thing. There was culture quiz. There was the scavenger hunt, where you would just go to a place, and this was on a college campus. So you'd go on to a random place, and then you'd have to like read the instructions in German and see if you could get everything right.
The scavenger hunt.
Yeah. Then there was like reading, and then there was like singing as well.
Poetry, singing.
Yeah, dancing as well.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
Nobody ever got up to dance at the end of the day because you always presented what you did at the end of the day to everyone.
Yeah.
And no one would ever want to dance. So, you know, we got to pull the boys up there and just show everyone our sick moves.
Yeah. Did we do that? Was it who did our like group? Yeah. Okay.
I know.
I do.
Fact,
I definitely remember. I definitely remember doing that. We also sang a couple of them.
Yeah.
But so the thing is though, you didn't have to do any of these things, right? You didn't have to. So like
you were required to do like 2 things tops.
Yeah. But most of the time people would do like the actual events like culture quiz and scavenger hunt, right? But the thing is, they had incentives to do it. They had this little euro thing. It was like just a fake euro that they like, it was on blue copy paper. They just cut out a bunch of them. It was a fake euro. And you could go spend it in this little shop they made into, like, they turned a classroom into the shop where they just took a bunch of, like, just merch that had, like, German flags, like, all this stuff on it. Like, they had hats, they had stress toys, they had t-shirts, they had posters, they had, I think Carter's trying to get something. Because yeah, they had lanyards, they had everything.
Oh, wait, I can flex the hat.
Exactly. See, like it's Germany and the USA. Do I have something? I know I do. Hold on.
I know you have a hat.
I have Yeah, he's got the hat. I have like a whole collection of stuff, right? That I've just like been using because they also had like office supplies and like school supplies. So every time I needed a pencil, I would just whip out a pencil I got from there. Let's see.
I think the best part about the prize system was at the end of the day when nobody was buying stuff, they just give away everything for free.
Oh yeah. Okay, so I got like a bag here, just a bag, like it says just like Berlin and stuff like that. He's got Carter's got another thing. I think if you're following what we're talking about, you might actually understand where we're going with this and why we're pulling all this stuff out, because basically.
The fuck is this? Oh, pardon my French.
Explore Germany.
I think I have that bag too, Aaron.
Yeah, I have that bag. It's buried down deep, but yeah, dude. Okay. So anyway.
Is it rolling down deep?
I'm rolling in the deep.
Listen, Tristan.
What you know?
What do you know? Stop! We're gonna
Hey,
get
look.
copyrighted. No.
Lotion.
Carter's frame froze on him just like this. He's like with the lotion. Okay. No. So anyway, we would get all this stuff, right? And like, yeah, you could be like a normal student and pay with like, the ways to get the euros, I think, were like you could talk to the staff there. You could.
They had staff in the hallways that would,
Yeah.
if you had a conversation.
Yeah, didn't you have to
with
like
them in
ask them a
German.
question or something?
Well, usually
Yeah.
they would have cards on their chest, and like the cards
yeah,
had
and you
like
just
It would
topics,
like,
and
tell
you
you
just
what you need to talk about.
yeah, just talk to them about that. And like the longer your conversation was, they would give you more euros, and like that was cool. But then you could also get it from like playing the board games that they had. You could get it from singing. You can get them from dancing, and I forget. Was there other ways to get them? I think that was it. So you can get them those ways.
Yeah, this games, talking,
Yeah. So anyway,
other activities.
yeah. So you can get them by doing that. And so you could do it legit. You could go in there and you can buy like one or two things and then be like, oh, look at this cool shirt I got from there. Oh, look, I caught a cool poster of a castle. Or you can do what we did, which was go at the end of the day. We just had stacks of it, and we're just like, give us everything, and we'd come walking out, like everybody would be collected downstairs in like the food area so we could eat lunch before like the final assembly. And we just come down there holding like these bags that I just showed you, like bags and bags full of stuff. Like it's just random stuff, like pencils, like posters,
Anything we could get our hands on.
yeah. And just
We
because like
love free things here in the Juicebox Squad.
because like there was some people who were like, there were some people who worked the thing who were like very stingy. They're like, no, you can't do that. We'll give, like, you still have to pay your euros, And then there was some ladies who were just like, here, if you give me 3 euros, I will give you. Yeah, they're like, we need to get rid of this. If you give us 3 euros, I will give you this table, this foldable table. I will give you this.
They just wanted to get rid of everything.
Yeah, and so basically, I still have like all my stuff, and that's what the meaning became. Right? Instead of like the actual meaning where it's like you're supposed to experience all these people speaking German, you're supposed to use your skills. Instead of doing that, our goal became get as much stuff as possible. Like,
As it should.
yeah. Like we had I think at the last Schuler Congress, we had like a pep talk with each other. We're like, guys, you know what the deal is. And so we're all getting hyped up on the bus. We're like, you know what the deal is. The first year I got lucky because like I didn't really, I was kind of like iffy on the going and talking to like the staff or whatever. So I didn't have a lot of euros, but some kid in like the scavenger hunt just dropped his whole stack of like 30, and I was like, whoo! It was perfect.
Did not attempt to help the kid.
Nope.
Just took the money.
Well, because he didn't know. He just walked away. And yes, this sounds terrible, but
Ooh,
dude,
I had a temper.
I was in it for the loot. I was in it for the stuff. In it for the money. Did anybody pull some absurd thing? Oh, so they had lapel pins for all these things. Like they would have a German flag crossing an American flag.
Yeah.
They would have lapel pins, but every time I bought the entire bag, like their entire collection of lapel pins. So then people ended up paying me for the lapel pins. Like they were like, hey, I'll give you 2 euros if you give me one of those lapel pins. I was like, yeah, all right. I still have, guys, if you ever need a lapel pin from Schuler Congress, I still have the entire bags. So like, just ask me, let me know.
I think I'm good.
And listeners, no, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. That's a joke.
If you need a lapel pin,
Just like if we ever do establish like a Juicebox Squad shop, there's just like, if you scroll all the way to the bottom, it's like German flag lapel pin. Fair enough. But so let me think. Oh, okay. Tristan or Carter, did you guys ever have like a massive load or like something?
Oh yeah.
Take that out of context. No. Did you guys
Sometimes
ever
after 3 days, I'll have a massive load.
No. Did you guys ever like have like a haul that was like spectacular or something? A deal that was unbeatable in that store?
Well,
No.
one time I was like the last person in there, and they just wanted everything gone, so I took like 3 bags of just random goods. They like just threw it at me basically, like, here, have this, and I was like, okay, this is fine.
I remember a good friend of the podcast, Bowen, if you're out there and you're listening, I love you. We got to get him on here sometime. Love that guy. Bowen, one time, he shows up and he goes to the store, and like he didn't leave the store at the same time we did. We left before him, and so we're all loaded up, you know. He comes down carrying basically like a Christmas tree, like in like, you know, those cardboard boxes that they have Christmas trees in. He's basically carrying this, and he's walking down with it, and we're like, what is that? And he's like, dude, they gave me every single poster.
That was a great time.
I was like, oh my god, the tube weighed like 12 pounds or something. It was insane. There was so many posters in there, and they're just like, they're pretty cool posters. There's like random things like they had like castles, they had like just maps, they had like all that. He was just carrying this huge ass tube. It was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. Schuler Congress overall 10 out of 10. Amazing thing in German class. Fantastic. Carter, do you have any particular memories about German class that you would like to touch on before we move on to...
in German class or Schüler Congress?
Well, anything, really. Anything.
Well, I'm going to keep it real with you. I only went to Schüler Congress one time.
Really?
Yeah, and that was senior year.
Huh.
The other times, I think one of the times I didn't wake up early enough.
Fair
One of the
enough.
times-
You did have to get up at like 7 a.m. to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of the times, I just didn't feel like it. So
Nice. Let's go.
then I don't know what happened the other time.
Dude, the whole thing with like not waking up early enough for high school is so bad. I mean, Carter evidently has done it. Tristan, have you ever done that?
Not woken up early enough for school.
No, for like an event or something, like an extracurricular.
Oh yeah, you wake up like 10 minutes early. You throw on like everything you like, the first things you see, and then you just are out the door.
Yep.
I've done that plenty of times.
Yeah, I've done that. But have you ever woken up
Done that
like
at work.
30 minutes too late or something like that?
Oh yeah.
Dude, that is the worst feeling in the world. Where you're just like, you wake up, you're like, nothing's wrong, and then you see the time, you're like, oh no, oh no, oh no, dear God. I think one time it was like this is off topic, but there's a district FBLA thing, Future Business Leaders of America. Okay, but it was a district FBLA thing, kind of a bigger deal for the club because there's not a lot of events for it, and I was supposed to go. I was supposed to be at the school at like 6 a.m. or something like that. And it was on a Saturday. So I'm just chilling at home. I'm just doing my thing. I was like sitting in front of my PC. I'm like playing video games, you know? And then I look at somebody's story on Snapchat. I was like, why are they together? I was like looking at these people. I'm like, why are these people together in a car? I was like, why are all these people dressed so nicely going to something? And then I was just like, oh God, I did not. This is terrible. But anyway, back to Schuler Congress. Did you have a good time at Schuler Congress, Carter? Did you enjoy it?
Yes, it was pretty fun.
Oh,
Although
God.
it's
That
not my
didn't sound very
favorite memory.
enthusiastic.
It's not my favorite memory. That's why I said it so
Yeah.
enthusiastic.
There were some good
My
memories.
favorite would be, was it Crown Center when we went to see Sophie Scholl?
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
That was my favorite time.
that was awesome. I love that, and we'll touch on that. I should mention though, the video projects for Schuler Congress. there was
quick
Yeah.
plug. If you
Yeah.
want to see, I think we have like 2 or 3 of our German videos up on Aaron's main YouTube channel,
yeah.
which is Ramen Cop. Is that what it is right now?
Yes, it is. I'll plug that.
Dude, we went hard in the paint on those.
Yeah. So
Oh, yes, we did.
so on my YouTube channel we have like the last German video project we had. It's on there. It even says like made by the Juicebox Squad. So the point, like the whole thing about this was oh, I'm sorry. No. That video project on my channel isn't the that isn't
It's
the
not the
video
Congress.
project. That isn't Schuler Congress. That was the Film Fest one. But anyway,
Yeah.
regardless, I think that's
We
on.
just have some of our German videos.
I think Lewis has the German videos, the Schuler
I
Congress
don't.
videos.
I don't have the Schuler Congress. I wasn't in that one.
Yeah. So Lewis Trotter on YouTube, I'll send a little plug out to him. He has our Schuler Congress videos. I might link his channel in the bio or something like that. So anyway, those are hilarious. You probably won't understand the German unless you do, and you can critique us on it. But it's pretty.
We were just high schoolers learning the language.
Yeah, it's
There was
pretty.
nothing to try and learn from.
You could probably put Google up to the thing, and it could probably translate all of it. But yeah. So anyway, these videos, there was two projects for Schuler Congress, like the schools had to do before, leading up to it. There was the poster project, which is like an art project that they had to, it was like test their graphic design skills, and then there was a video project. The video, obviously, it's your normal film festival. You know, you had to abide by rules, you had to show certain things, you had to do all that. Our videos were insane because we just went crazy for them.
Hey, we won everything. Though.
We did. We won every video project. Because like the other ones were so weird. Because like one of the themes for Schuler Congress was Du bist dran, which is your turn. Like it's your turn, and it like the logo was the pointing thing. Uh-oh, Carter's getting the stuff. Carter's getting it. He's getting the shirt. I already know.
Wait, that's a different.
Ladies
Hold
and
on.
gentlemen, this is a rare sighting. He is getting the shirt. Oh, there we go. Perfect.
There's
Yeah.
the front.
Didn't our class make that logo?
Yeah, we wanted it
Yeah.
to be like the vibe check one, where it's like.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
right. Yeah, that's right. But they
That's what
did
we
take
decided on.
they did take the hand
Everything we
idea.
did was a meme.
Yeah. We were just we were woke. We were woke. Okay, anyway. But yeah, so it was your turn, right? That was the idea. And so what we did for our group was we did like a Jumanji type of thing, except we called it Germanji. It was so cringe, and we did like a video
fucking
game type
weird.
thing. Like we had to do like a screen scrolling thing like Star Wars to explain all the plot, because we had filmed all the plot, right? We had filmed everything leading up to that, but then we realized it can only be 3 minutes, so we had to cut it all out. We cut out all the like exposition and why all these characters are dressed like this, and so we're like, oh yeah, we should probably explain that. Because like if we didn't do that, you would just be thrown into this like there's knights, there's like a king for some reason, there's a Muppet in there too. Like it would have made no sense. So anyway, one of the videos was like it was like a TikTok. Like these girls were like saying, "Oh, it's your turn to do this TikTok dance," you know, and everybody was
I
like,
remember
because this entire you have like 200 people watching this video, and they're like, "Come on, everybody, stand up, do this TikTok dance," and everybody's like. Just like looking around is all
Where's
awkward.
the funny?
Yeah, it was all silent. Everybody's looking around. And then what was that? All the other ones, basically there was like 2 genres of videos. There was the ones that made sense, and there was the ones that didn't. Cuz like yeah, sure, the TikTok thing, maybe you can see that like, oh, you know, we did it, so now you have to. So it's your turn. Right?
Yeah.
And then for Germanji, you know, it's like, oh, okay, so now we played out our story in German, so now it's your turn, right? But The other ones, they just didn't make sense. Like, context-wise, they just, like, were just... I don't know. Like, like, you could tell that the high schoolers tried to make it funny by, like, throwing in some joke, or, like, they start laughing, and then everybody's like, huh? Where's the joke? Yeah. Yeah, it's like, yeah, exactly. Awkward laughing. Yeah, no. Like Carter said, we'd go hard in the paint for those videos. That last, I mean, I think I've explained Clive on the show before, I think. But like I said, me and Max took 3 hours making that Muppet out of tablecloths, out of paper, out of golf ball or ping pong balls. It was stupid, but seeing him on the screen, we made some horrible scratchy voice for him, and like there was scenes where like the characters were walking through a forest, right? And Clive walking was so scuffed because you could see, I think it was me and somebody else. We're up here with our arms straight in the air, like crouching below the camera. You could see like my hair moving across, like. So
well, yeah, because one person had to control the arms, and the other person had to control the mouth. So you can never have just one person doing the puppet.
Yeah, we made a legit Muppet. It wasn't just like a hand puppet. It was like one where 2 people had to operate it. It was, God, that's so funny. We beat up that Muppet.
He's in pieces.
Yeah. Well, I put him back together and I gave him to Max as like an apartment warming gift. So now it sits on their shelf. It sits on the shelf for everybody in the living room to see. But no, for one of the scenes, like there's like an evil knight that we had to fight. We made his suit out of cardboard boxes. It was hilarious. So we had to fight the evil knight, and so we have Clive the Muppet try to run up and attack him. And so we just had the dude in the knight suit just grab the Muppet and throw him. It's such a funny scene because he's just watching this Muppet lifeless just go flying. It was hilarious. Gosh dang. What was the video we did before that? Before Jumanji? No, before before Clive.
Was it the like the discipline one? Where we had to tell him what to do and what not to do.
No, that was another Clive one. That was the Film Fest one. I'm saying.
Oh yeah.
I'm saying the one.
The one where Carter eats gummy bears.
No, that one's with Clive.
Yeah, that is with Clive, but that's for the German club one. Yeah, that's for the German club one. Okay.
I don't know.
Oh, okay. The German fairies, I think. Yeah, I'm watching it right now. Here, let's see. Yeah,
the last one I remember was the one with freaking Clive, and yeah, that's the last one.
We only did 2, actually. We only did 2 videos, I guess, because the people in charge of the video group never contacted anybody and never got anybody together, so it just like never happened. But then we got it, and it happened. The first one was the German fairies, right, where he opens the folder and the fairies come out. It was like me, Matthew, and Lewis. And we just used some terrible green screen effects. Like, it was so bad.
That was what made our videos good, though.
Yes, it was.
How awful they were.
This is so nostalgic. Oh my god. We all had the Schuler Congress hat on too, so made it that good. Oh god, I gotta watch that later. But anyway, yeah, that was on Lewis's channel. I found that on Lewis's channel. Anyway, good stuff, solid stuff. What's next? So we had the German videos, which, by the way, when we were showing those videos, we were laughing we were laughing so much. Like, some people were laughing too, which is a good thing. Like, they were laughing as well because, like, they would understand the jokes, which is where the disconnect happened between the other groups. But we were just, oh my god.
So mean.
Losing our minds because everything we did was hilarious to us.
It was. But it was also funny to other people. That's why it was good.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you could tell, like, it was funny to us watching a Muppet get thrown across a field. Okay, that was fun. But it was funny to us, but it was also funny to the people, because they're like, why is this Muppet here? And then they just watch him get thrown across a field. Like, that was, yeah, that was good. So, should we talk about Film Fest?
We can.
Which is another video project. For German Club, I was president.
Mild flex.
Okay, anyway. Mild flex. But I said, let's have like a film fest. Like a kind of like the Schuler Congress one, except it's within our own German club. Let's get people involved, you know. And so the rules were, we had to show a few things in the video, like there had to be a German flag, there had to be a couple of other things, and then the point of it was a lesson had to be learned, like, you know, like a normal fairy tale, you know. But then the other requirement was you had to use you had to incorporate a German 1 student, so like a freshman basically. And
Yeah.
so we went hard for that one. So we had Clive again, and this was the one where Clive actually got beat up all the time. Like, he if he had bones, they would all be broken.
Well, we did pull weapons on him at the end.
We did pull weapons on him on the end.
Oh, yeah.
The point of the thing was
I'm surprised we didn't get disqualified for that.
Yeah. The point of
It's
the
a
thing.
little edgy.
The point
They were
of the
just
video.
airsoft.
They were just guns. The point of the video was we were teaching Clive, our Muppet, like, literally the lesson was so stupid. This lesson was make good decisions. Like, it wasn't actually a lesson, but it counted as one. So,
Just shied him on.
yeah, we as kind of the people in the video, we were trying to teach him to make good decisions. And so the first one was so weird. It was just like it was Aiden. Aiden puts this giant fish, like a fish pillow, but it's supposed to be a fish, down on a table. And like Tristan, I should also mention that we made the sound effects for this video, which you can watch it on my channel. You can watch it on the channel. You can watch it on Ramen Cop, my YouTube channel. But so we made our own sound effects, and so we had Tristan run up and steal the butcher's knife, like, and so Tristan just runs up, and then when he grabs the knife, we all go into the microphone. We all go, and then so he runs away, and then the butcher runs away, and so then we have Max doing.
Case of me because I stole his knife.
Yeah, Max doing the mouth and the voice, and I'm doing the arms from below, and I'm just like, we walk up, and he tries to steal the fish, but then we have this scene where Tristan's running at the camera, right? We have him in like 6 different angles of him running, kind of like an anime thing. We have him just like, we repeat it so many times. He like falls over in one. He like runs over the camera. It was actually really well filmed for what we did. So he runs up.
The initial running, you got used like 4 times.
Oh, yeah,
to make it
yeah.
seem like I was running for a really long time.
The entire scene of him running took like a minute of our video, just because we kept repeating the
Just
clips.
me running.
Which the video had to be 5 minutes, like it couldn't be over 5 minutes long, and so I think that was the requirement.
It was 5 or 6 minutes.
Yeah,
that's usually what it was.
And so yeah, a minute of this 5 minutes was Tristan running. And then so he tells Clive, he says, "Hey, don't steal. You have to make." He's like, "You have to make good decisions." And then we had this clip worth mentioning where where Aiden's like, hey, he says, hey, and then Tristan disappears. Like we took this 7 tries to get this clip where we like pan the camera over.
There was dried leaves everywhere, so the camera would pan over to Aiden when he says hey, and then it would pan back to me, but I was just gone. But it took so many tries because there was dried leaves everywhere, so I had to tiptoe around dried leaves to not make any sound.
It turned out really well though. Like some of these things, we were like, oh, we should try this. I know, like we know it won't work, but we should try it. And then it did, and we're like, okay. Another one was don't play in the street, right? Play in a park.
Yes.
And so he was kicking. I just remember he was kicking a ball in the street, but
in a different location.
Yeah, we did the kicking sound effect. we all went we all went bah or something like that, and then Carter screams kicka, which is the German verb for kick.
Does not sound right in the video.
It says kicka.
Kicka.
You can imagine what it sounds like, but it is just a German word for kick.
Yeah, and so also in that clip, I talked about earlier how scuffed it was to make Clive look like he was walking. It was even worse to make it look like he was kicking something, because we had Max's legs, and then I was like behind him. I was like doing like a hole in the wall. I was behind him with the shape doing his arms.
And that isn't the only time we use that technique.
No, and so, anyway, I pick up the ball and I say, "Hey, don't play in the road." And then we have this clip where the same thing with Tristan running, where we just have the car driving like meow meow,
slow.
and everybody in the group did another car sound effect.
Yep.
Meow, meow. And then, to kind of teach Clive this point, we made him get hit by the car. So we had me driving, and then somebody threw Clive at the car, and he just
I did.
Yeah, he just exploded.
I was filming.
Okay.
Carter was filming. Max threw him at the car,
and he just exploded, and we had to put him back together.
Yep.
Oh god.
That was an unexpected greatness.
Yes.
I remember when he got hit, like I think his eyeball flew off. Yeah. You could see it in slow motion. So it was like.
At the end, we put all of his lessons in slow motion, so you can really just see everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh no, that's when he had the PTSD and flashbacks.
Yeah.
Yeah. We in the end we had him like reflect back on all the lessons he was taught. And so everything that bad happened to him, he saw in slow motion as PTSD. Another one was eat healthy. We had a scene where I said don't do drugs, and then I was supposed to huff baking soda, but I don't think that was a good idea.
Yeah, we didn't keep that clip.
Yeah, no, we didn't keep that clip. For obvious reasons, we did not keep that clip. We also had another clip where we stuffed Tristan in the trunk and we duct taped his mouth.
I thought we used that.
I don't think that was part of the
No,
video.
we didn't use that. I still have the video of Tristan.
I have
yeah.
Base boosted.
Yeah. And take note, we're filming this in a public park, so the scene was somebody was supposed to say, "Hey Clive, don't kill people," you know, but we had the scene of him.
Yeah, basically the premise was Clive, I think, was a contract killer like John Wick. And, like, we used my arms and, like, we opened the trunk of a car. We flipped through a book. Then I put together a Nerf gun while it's, like, all just filming my hands. And then you see Tristan, who we duct taped his arms and legs. And he's screaming in there. Then I take the gun and we just close the trunk.
But
as I'm in the trunk screaming, this little old couple walks by with their dog, and it's just witnesses me duct taped up completely in the trunk. And then as they're walking by, I'm screaming because I don't see them. Everyone's like freaking out. And then I pull the duct tape off my mouth, and I'm like, "It's just for a school video."
Yeah, and you said something that will always resonate with me. You were like, "I consent." Oh, so
Oh, that was a good one.
Plus, Tristan wasn't like half sending it. He was like going for the Oscar too. He was like,
I was full on like screaming as loud as I could. I
Oh
wanted
my
to sell it.
oh my god. Oh, that was terrible. And like Carter, even when he was filming the scene, he was putting the Nerf gun together, and he like smacked Tristan with the book that had like who he's supposed to kill.
Yeah.
And then later we also filmed a scene that had like a paper towel tube over the camera, and it had like a crosshair, and like
Oh,
we were
yeah?
aiming at somebody.
It was like the Call of Duty crosshair when you hold your breath on a sniper.
Yeah.
And
Oh.
we were like doing the.
yeah.
Yeah, it was so bad. It was also fantastic, but we had to cut that part because it was so bad. But then what was the other lesson? His other lesson was to eat healthy, which Carter was the one who told him to eat healthy. And we had Tristan's arm come out through, like Carter was eating with both hands, and we had Tristan's arm come out from behind Carter, so he had 3 arms eating gummy bears. And Clive reaches with his arm, and then Carter just slams his arm into the table and says, "You have to eat healthy."
Yep. I remember that.
What was another
And
one?
then there was also the soda.
Oh,
Drink-
yeah.
Drink water. That was one of the
Drink
lessons.
water, yeah. That scene was that was a weird scene. I didn't
That was scuffed.
that was
beyond belief.
that was don't hug me, I'm scared
started
level
out-
scuffed.
It started out with me standing behind Max, who's holding the puppet. My arms are now Clive's arms. And then I reach into the fridge, grab a Mountain Dew, set it down on the
Oh,
table.
yeah.
I have these like kitchen gloves on. So I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
trying
Why did he have kitchen gloves?
It went from
Dude,
no
that's-
gloves to kitchen gloves. I couldn't get it open, so the scene half has me like trying to pull the glove off and struggling, and then it just cuts and I have the gloves off. I open it up, and then I'm about to drink it as Clive, and all of a sudden you just hear this loud thud from above, because Max's room was right above the kitchen where we were filming. So I was upstairs, I jumped off of the bed, made the loudest thud I could, and then Aaron ran the rest of it was like a relay race to get down to the kitchen. And then Aaron walks into the kitchen, it cuts, he's coming from a different direction.
No, it cuts in. I think it's a different person.
No,
No,
that was later. That was later in the
That's
scene.
after.
Yeah,
Oh,
so I'm
Aaron's
coming
walking into
straight.
the kitchen.
I'm coming straight to the camera, and then it cuts, and then I'm coming from some side door for some reason. I don't know. And so I walk up and I say, drink some water, and then I put the water down, and so then I take the soda instead. I bring the soda up to my mouth, and then I cuts, and it's Tristan now.
And then I'm drinking the soda, walking away, and then it cuts from that scene.
But hold on,
And then
before
the
we
gummy-
move on. Before we move on for that scene, it was just weird. It was weird because like Tristan had these giant yellow dish gloves on, trying to open this can, and he's like being all
Dexter's mom.
yeah, he's being all creepy
if
about
you know
it.
what that looks like.
He's being all creepy
I had, like,
about
my
it.
hands crinkled. I was like,
Yeah, he's like making his hands all extended, and he's going like
He's
And
breathing weird.
yeah,
the gummy bear
Dude.
scene was the breathing we added afterwards.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
That was
yeah.
somebody
Sound
else's
effect.
breathing that we just put the audio clip over. And then after that was the gummy bear scene with the 3 arms. And then after that, I was sitting on the chair. Max was like sitting in my lap, or I was sitting in Max's lap or something, because we had to both hold the Clive doll.
Yeah.
And my arms were once again Clive's arms. I was holding my phone, like opening up Clash
Oh
Royale.
yeah.
And then Aaron comes from behind a curtain, says, I forgot what you said.
I just said
And then
oi
you, like-
really loud.
And then you
Yeah.
do he jumps, and like at the peak of his jump, it cuts, and then it's him coming back down from the jump on the other side of us. So we're like
Yeah.
looking back and forth, confused. And then he says something about like read a book instead of looking at your phone, like something along those
Oh
lines.
yeah.
Takes the book. So Max, it was my phone case because I took my phone out of the case so it wouldn't shatter. But he takes the book and smacks the phone out of my hand and sets it down. and I'm just sitting there like,
His
my
hands are
arms just, like,
shaking violently.
shaking.
Yeah. God, and like,
and then
God, keep going.
what was the scene after that? Was
So after that was
that's next was the eyeball scene, the PTSD.
oh yeah.
Oh,
So we
yeah.
had this is how we incorporated the German 1 student, right? We had this kid, really nice kid. He was like, we're like, okay, we're gonna have you in the scene. All you have to do is just drop this penny, right? All you have to do is drop. I was holding. I was holding Clive's dismembered arm. I brought it to school.
Before school.
Yeah, I brought it to school, and I'm just holding this Muppet's arm that's been, like, clearly ripped off of its body. And I'm like, okay, we only need his arm. We don't need the rest of the puppet. And so we drop the penny, like, we have the student drop the penny, right? And then we show this clip of Clive. He's, like, looking at it, and we're having Max just shake his arm violently, like making him, like, seem like he's having PTSD. It reflects to all the scenes where he's just violently getting like he gets hit by the car.
Murdered. Yeah.
Yeah, he gets, like, smacked. We have the audio clip with a thud sound from upstairs, but we, like, bass boosted it, so it just goes, like, really, really loud. And so then what we did is we picked up the penny with his arm, which is just me holding it, like, out there, like, with the camera, just holding it, the arm, and he, like, gives the penny back to the kid, and the kid's like, oh, thank you, and walks away. And then the final scene, memorable, right? Memorable to the T.
I think Frau will even remember this.
Yeah, where Max is like the most chill dude in our group. He's like holding Clive, and he's like, so Clive, what did we learn? The lesson of this video is to make good decisions, right? And then Clive says no, right? And then just we had
Everyone
an audience.
Just slowly turns to him.
The audience goes, "Oh," and then everybody turns to him, and then it cuts. We shut off the lights. We had flashlights aimed on him, so it looked like it's just like we're in a warehouse or something. We had a plastic bag over his head, and everybody was aiming guns at him, and somebody, like, pistol whipped him.
I pistol whipped him.
Yeah, pistol whipped him.
During the PTSD scene, we also had a piece of tooth floss tied around his eye, and halfway through it, he's just shaking violently, and his eye just pops out.
Yeah,
that was
God,
a good one.
What a good video! The more I look back at that video, it's just like, wow, we really did that.
Yeah,
and submitted it for a grade.
Yeah, we submitted it for for our peers to watch. We watched it in the auditorium.
Our high school German teacher.
Yeah, we watched it in the auditorium. We had people, like, in the seats, watching it. God, that was
great. Oh. It was amazing. Everyone loved it, though.
Yeah, it was amazing.
I think Frau was a little caught off guard, but
that's
the extent of the bad things.
Everything was fine except for that last scene. She was like,
I don't know about that one.
Everything else met the criteria, so we were fine. But I didn't even remember what the other groups was.
Not memorable.
It was like something about like a wedding or something like that. Yeah, who knows? But anyways, hold on, guys.
I think one of the videos had, like, I don't know.
Hold on. No, you can keep going. I'm just checking where we're at. Okay.
I thought it was, I don't know. It was like Mason opening up a book and he's, like, learning something, or I don't know. It was weird.
Maybe something like that. Something like that. I don't know.
But it was very, very bad compared to ours.
Very bad.
Everything was.
We support the people for making the video. We appreciate that it did, because if they didn't make the video, we wouldn't have had a competition. Right? We support you. Thank you. And it was a good video. You made a good video. But our video was just like,
not as good as ours.
We put so much effort into that video.
It took us like 3 days of filming to get everything.
Plus, take heed. Like, the reason we don't have everybody on this podcast all the time is because it's so hard to get us together. Because our lives are so different, and so that's how it was in high school too. It was so hard to get everybody together. So in the days that we did, quality,
greatness came out of it.
Yep, greatness. Should we talk about? I guess we should touch on Tristan's lunch endeavors.
Hey, do not just leave it just Tristan.
Okay,
I was
fine.
not the only one
Our
who added to these things.
lunch endeavors.
It
So
was just mostly me.
so German 4, our 4th year, senior year. Everybody
We-
had
we-
kind of weaned out
Let's
of German.
Let's preface this by saying we got a little too comfortable in that class.
We did, and we got a little too
We got a
comfortable
little
with
too
Frau as
comfortable
well.
around Frau. Yeah.
So everybody kind of weaned out of German. Like everybody who wasn't in it, everybody who was like didn't really care for the class had already left. Had already
There was like two people that in that class that weren't in our main friend group.
Yeah, and so but our entire friend group stayed in the class. We all stayed. We were 4 years.
We were there to be there.
Yeah, and so really, our class was really chill. It was like really, really chill. It was not a lot of like serious stuff going on. Like, yeah, we had tests. Yeah, we had vocab quizzes. Yeah.
Yeah,
But-
we learned actual German in that class.
Yeah,
But,
but it
like,
was even better because we could actually have discussions and stuff like that. Like we could.
Like comfortably.
Yeah, we were. Yeah.
Yeah.
Again,
Not worry about people judging us.
yeah, comfortability
As
is
much.
complete. Yeah.
Frau was the only one that was allowed to judge us.
So before that class, every time. Also, hello Tinkerbell. Love that cat. Tristan's cat's in the camera. So anyway, where was I? Yeah. So lunch period happened right before that class started. So we'd all just go to lunch first. We had a huge table. Everybody was there. I think Adam was there. Everybody. Was there anybody missing from that table?
I think there was like one or two people that like weren't in that lunch with us.
Are you sure? Because I mean,
It was mostly everyone because most of our friend group was in German.
yeah, and then Adam
there
was
was, like-
definitely there.
Adam was
and-
there too.
Yeah,
So I guess that would have probably been about
Yeah.
everyone.
that was that. Yeah. So anyway, Juicebox Squad
Is
has
that-
a lunch
that-
table.
So there was one table in the. This is a little off topic, but not really. There was one table in the back of the room that was just super long,
Yeah.
and it's like that. We just claimed it as like the Juicebox Squad.
Well,
table.
usually the seniors claim it. So.
Yeah, usually
Yeah.
it was the seniors, but we were the seniors that year.
So
that
yeah,
last-
we
Yeah.
So
We were
we
allowed
took it
the
over
right.
pretty quickly because we had a very large friend group to.
Well, I can't even say it was the
House.
senior. I can't even say it was the seniors because it was more like the sporty, like popular people. Because do
And
you
then
guys
us.
remember do you guys remember the conflict we had, the territory conflict we had where somebody from the sporty popular group tried to sit with us and try to get us to move?
Yeah, we,
Do you remember
we just
that?
had none of it.
Yeah,
sat
we just
there and,
stayed
like,
there
well,
like, okay.
It's like I guess you can hang out with us if you want to.
Yeah, that was weird. I don't know. But yeah, so anyways, at this table we did a few things. One time I had like a second block off, so like the period before German I was empty, like no block, no class there. And
Pretty
so
good.
I went to the local grocery store, picked up an entire rotisserie chicken.
Why not?
Yeah, I bought a bunch
I
of
mean,
like
yeah, it's lunch, bro.
yeah, I brought a bunch of silverware as well. Not like
So, yeah.
plastic silverware. And
Yeah,
I
we were just passing this rotisserie chicken around the table.
yeah, I kept it in my book bag so they didn't like, oh, you can't bring outside food or whatever. And I bring it to the table and we're having a feast on a rotisserie chicken.
And our school lunches.
Yeah, and everybody's like looking at it like, oh, what are they doing? And we're just having a blast. Like just slinging chicken around. Oh my god. That was awesome. And then what we did was with the bones,
We
had
deboned this entire rotisserie chicken, and part of the lunch that day may or may not have been apples. So we may or may not have created a real life bone apple tea moment and crammed all of the chicken bones into a apple. I'm pretty sure that our German teacher has a picture of this
Yeah.
of me and Aaron with this thing posted
Yep.
on her
Oh, yeah.
Facebook.
it looked like a hedgehog with the amount of bones we stuck in that thing. And like it wasn't just
packed
the
that thing full.
it wasn't just like the
It
ribs.
was a bronchiosaurus for a little bit, but
Yeah.
then it transferred into a different realm.
It wasn't just like the ribs or whatever, like the sharp bones. We stuck like the whole like the big ones, like with the knobs on the end. We stuck those in there too. Like no, there was no bone left unturned.
Yeah.
So we wrapped it in a paper towel and proudly walked this monstrosity that we had created back up to our German classroom, and me and Aaron sat at the teacher's desk just waiting. She walked into the class we just unveiled this thing to
Everybody was like hiding. Everybody was hiding. And so and then so she's like, "What's going on?" And then when she sees the bone apple the bone apple leaking grease,
we just had it sitting on her desk.
Leaking grease and apple juice all over her desk. Like when she saw that, we all jump up and we yell, "Bone apple tea!" She freaked the hell out. She was like, she like stuck back a little bit and she was like covering her mouth. I was like, she was so awesome.